Dr. Sarah Chen stared through the reinforced observation window at the sleek vessel hovering in the massive underground testing chamber. The QSV Heisenberg gleamed under the harsh industrial lighting, its dark hull seeming to shift and blur at the edges even while stationary. 20 years of theoretical work, 5 years of engineering, and 3 years of construction had led to this moment. "Final systems check complete," announced Dr. Marcus Reynolds, his voice tight with anticipation as his fingers danced across the holographic control interface. "Quantum core is stable at 99.97% efficiency, better than any previous test." Sarah nodded, unconsciously touching the small pendant at her neck, a simple silver atom symbol that had been her grandfather's. He'd been the one to first inspire her fascination with quantum mechanics, telling her bedtime stories about Schrödinger's cat and the double-slit experiment. If only he could see how far they'd come. "Begin power-up sequence," she commanded. The chamber hummed to life as the Heisenberg's quantum core activated. Arrays of sensors and monitoring equipment tracked every fluctuation as the ship prepared for its first full power test. "Core reaching critical resonance," Marcus reported. "Quantum field is forming. Wave function is stable." His voice trailed off as they watched the impossible happen. The Heisenberg began to blur, its edges becoming indistinct as it existed in multiple states simultaneously. To the naked eye, it appeared to occupy several positions at once, like a photograph taken with too long an exposure. But this was no optical illusion. Humanity had finally achieved macroscopic quantum superposition. "My God," whispered Admiral James Harrison from his position behind them. "It actually works." Sarah allowed herself a small smile. "Of course it works, Admiral. The math was solid. We just needed to find the right way to maintain quantum coherence at this scale." The ship's quantum field continued to expand, the vessel now existing in a probability cloud of possible positions and states. Decades of research had led them to this breakthrough, a way to extend quantum mechanical principles to macroscopic objects through a carefully controlled field of exotic particles and energy. "Beginning Phase 2, Marcus announced. "Initiating controlled quantum tunneling." The Heisenberg's probability cloud shifted, and suddenly the ship was gone, only to reappear instantly at the other end of the massive chamber. No conventional movement, no acceleration or deceleration. It had simply ceased to exist in one location and begun existing in another, taking advantage of quantum tunneling on an unprecedented scale. "Position shift successful," Marcus reported, his professional tone barely containing his excitement. "All systems nominal. No quantum decoherence detected." Sarah felt tears forming in her eyes. They'd done it. They'd actually done it. Humanity's first quantum ship had just demonstrated abilities that violated everything classical physics said was possible. The celebration was cut short by a sudden alarm. Multiple sensor arrays began screaming warnings as space itself seemed to twist and distort at the center of the chamber. "Unknown energy signature detected," Marcus shouted. "Something's forming in the testing area." Sarah watched in shock as reality tore open, revealing a swirling vortex of cosmic energy. From within emerged a beam of pure light and power, its form constantly shifting and changing like a living constellation. It radiated an ancient intelligence that made Sarah's mind recoil. "What have you doing?" The thought crashed into their minds like a tidal wave, carrying equal parts fury and horror. "You dare to titolize TY. Admiral Harrison stepped forward, his military training taking over despite the impossible situation. "This is a secure Earth military facility. Identify yourself immediately." The cosmic entity's form pulsed with something that felt like disdain. "I am Azarat, guardian of natural law. Your species has terrorized a line that cannot be unseriosized. This abomination must be destroyed." Tendrils of pure energy reached for the Heisenberg, But the ship's quantum field simply caused them to pass through empty space. The vessel existed in too many potential states to be grabbed. Fascinating, Sarah whispered, her scientific curiosity momentarily overriding her fear. It can't properly interact with the ship while it's in superposition. Impossible. Azarath's mental voice thundered. No material vessel should be able to exist in quantum flux at tks scale. You risk a very favorite of reality. With all due respect, Sarah replied, her voice steady despite her racing heart. You're operating under outdated assumptions about what's possible. We've learned to harness quantum mechanics in ways you never imagined. And this is just the beginning. The entity's form writhed with what might have been rage or fear. You understand nothing of the forces you utilize. Your species is far too young to wield such power. Age doesn't determine understanding, Sarah countered. We may be young, but we've learned to see reality for what it truly is, a sea of probabilities and possibilities. The Heisenberg isn't an abomination. It's the next step in our evolution. Azarath's form began to fade. UAKVB warned. This quantum plague will no be allowed to spread. The entity vanished, leaving behind only lingering traces of cosmic energy. Admiral Harrison turned to Sarah, his face grave. It seems we've attracted some unwanted attention, Doctor. How quickly can we replicate this technology? Sarah's mind was already racing with calculations and possibilities. With the proof of concept demonstrated, we could have a fleet of quantum ships within a year. But we'll need to develop weapons and defenses. I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of our cosmic friend. Agreed. Harrison nodded. Humanity just stepped onto a much bigger stage, ready or not. We need to be prepared for what comes next. Sarah looked back at the Heisenberg, still shifting between states in its quantum dance. They'd created something revolutionary, something that scared beings who thought they understood the fundamental laws of reality. But she knew this was only the beginning. Humanity had unlocked the true nature of existence, and there was no going back. The quantum age had begun, and the cosmos would never be the same. 6 months after the Heisenberg incident, Earth's first quantum shipyard hung in geosynchronous orbit above the Pacific. Commander Elena Torres watched through the station's observation deck as construction drones swarmed around the skeletal frame of humanity's newest quantum vessel. The sight still took her breath away. Beautiful, isn't it? Dr. Sarah Chen appeared beside her, dark circles under her eyes betraying countless sleepless nights. The QSV plank will be twice as powerful as the Heisenberg. We've made some fascinating breakthroughs in probability field manipulation. Elena nodded, her military training warring with a sense of awe. How many ships will we have ready by year's end? 15, assuming production stays on schedule. Each one capable of existing in multiple quantum states simultaneously. Sarah's lips curved in a slight smile. Our cosmic friend's warning had the opposite effect they intended. Every major nation is now contributing resources to the quantum fleet. The station's alert system suddenly blared to life. Red warning lights bathed the observation deck as sensor readings spiked off the charts. Elena's command interface materialized before her, displaying multiple anomalies appearing throughout the solar system. They're back, Sarah whispered, watching as space itself seemed to tear open in a dozen different locations. Massive beings of cosmic energy emerged, each one radiating power that made the station's sensors scream in protest. Leading them was a familiar presence, Azarath. Your species was warned. The thought echoed through every human mind on the station. Yet you continue to aspirate. This QUNTUMQORUPTION. Elena stepped forward, her voice steady. This is Commander Elena Torres of Earth Defense. We claim the right to develop our technology as we see fit. Stand down or face the consequences. A sensation like cold laughter rippled through their minds. U-13 US. We who shaped STRs and GUIDDJLXY formation before your kind learned to make fire. The age of your civilization doesn't give you the right to dictate our development, Elena countered. The Heisenberg proved we can match your power in ways you never expected. The HEICNBERG is one ship. Now, face the other or true you might. The cosmic entities moved in concert, their energy forms weaving together into a massive web that began to constrict around Earth's orbit. Space itself groaned under their power as they attempted to create a reality lock, a zone where quantum uncertainty would be impossible. But humanity had prepared for this moment. Dr. Chen, Elena commanded, initiate Project Uncertainty. Sarah's fingers flew across her control interface. Throughout the solar system, hidden quantum generators activated, creating overlapping fields of probability fluctuation. The cosmic entity's reality lock encountered a universe that refused to play by classical rules. What is DAS? Azarath's mental voice carried traces of confusion. The very fabric of spacetime resists our control. We've learned more than you realize, Sarah explained, a note of pride in her voice. We've seeded the entire solar system with quantum field generators. You can't force classical physics on a region that exists in a permanent state of quantum flux. The partially constructed plank suddenly shimmered into full quantum superposition, its probability field expanding to encompass the station. Elena felt reality blur around them as they began existing in multiple states simultaneously. Impossible. Another cosmic entity thundered. The AVVBWAPONIS ET UDNCERTINT Commander, Sarah said quietly, the Planck's systems are online. We can demonstrate our full capabilities. Helena nodded grimly. Show them what humanity's quantum technology can really do. The Planck's quantum field pulsed, and suddenly the ship existed in hundreds of potential states simultaneously. Each version was equally real, equally capable of acting. When they fired their newly developed probability cannons, the cosmic entities faced weapons that struck from every possible position at once. Several of the entities recoiled, their energy forms disrupted by weapons they couldn't fully comprehend. Even Azarath seemed taken aback by the display of power. This defies all natural law, Azarath protested. No species should be able to manipulate quantum mechanics at TAS scale. Your understanding of natural law is incomplete, Sarah replied. Quantum mechanics isn't just a theory. It's the fundamental nature of reality. We've simply learned to work with it rather than against it. The cosmic entities began to withdraw, their attempted reality lock dissolving in the face of humanity's quantum defenses. But before they vanished, Azarath sent one final thought. You have PRVN more dangerous than we imagined. The Council of Cosmic Guardians will not allow this quantum plague to spread beyond your solar system. Prepare yourselves. As the entities disappeared, Elena turned to Sarah. How long until the rest of the fleet is ready? 3 months for the next wave of ships, Sarah answered, her mind already racing with new ideas. But we need to accelerate development of the quantum communication network. If they're planning to quarantine us, we'll need a way to coordinate across vast distances instantly. Elena nodded, watching as construction drones resumed their work on the plank. They thought they could intimidate us into abandoning our quantum technology. Instead, they've just proven how vital it is to our survival. That's always been humanity's greatest strength, Sarah said softly. We take our limitations and turn them into advantages. They see quantum uncertainty as a problem to be solved. We've embraced it as the key to our future. The plank shimmered in its quantum dance, a testament to human ingenuity and determination. The cosmic entities had meant to frighten humanity back into classical physics. Instead, they'd only strengthened our resolve to master the quantum realm. The real war was about to begin, and humanity would face it armed with the most powerful force in existence, the ability to turn uncertainty itself into a weapon. Multiple reality breaches detected. The warning echoed through the bridge of the QSV plank as cosmic entities emerged from tiers in spacetime. This time, they came not in dozens, but in hundreds, their energy forms blazing across the void like living stars. Admiral Helena Reyes stood at the command center, her weathered face illuminated by holographic displays showing the positions of Earth's quantum fleet. 30 ships, each existing in a state of quantum superposition, faced off against an armada of cosmic beings intent on their destruction. "All vessels, initiate quantum battle formation Delta," she ordered. "Dr. Chen, status of the probability field." Sarah Chen's voice came through the quantum comm, instantly transmitted across vast distances through entangled particles. "Field is stable and expanding. The cosmic entities can't lock down local spacetime while we maintain quantum uncertainty." The enemy's mental voice boomed across space, but this time it wasn't Azarath who spoke. "I am Kronox, High Guardian of Cosmic Order. Your QUA and TUM Pelagui Indies today." The cosmic entities moved in perfect synchronization, their energy forms weaving together into a massive lattice that began to pulse with power. Space itself seemed to crystallize around them as they attempted to impose absolute order on reality. "They're trying to force quantum collapse on a massive scale," Sarah reported, her voice tight with concentration. "They want to lock everything into a single deterministic state." Admiral Reyes smiled grimly. "Show them why that's no longer possible. All ships, execute Schrödinger protocol." The quantum fleet's probability fields synchronized, creating a vast web of overlapping quantum states. Each ship existed simultaneously in thousands of possible positions, their very existence a defiance of classical physics. The cosmic entities' attempt to impose order met a wall of pure uncertainty. "Impossible." Kronox's mental voice carried traces of frustration. "No material vessels should be able to maintain QUA and TUM COHERENCEATTAS scale." "You still don't understand what we've achieved," Sarah transmitted back. "We're not fighting against quantum uncertainty. We're working with it. Every attempt you make to force classical physics just makes our quantum state more pronounced." The battle that followed defied conventional description. The cosmic entities launched attacks that could shatter planets, but they couldn't hit ships that existed in multiple states simultaneously. Earth's fleet responded with probability cannons that struck from every possible position at once, their quantum-enhanced weapons disrupting the very essence of their ancient adversaries. "Multiple enemy signatures destabilizing," reported Commander Torres from her tactical station. "Their energy patterns are breaking down under quantum interference." "This defies ALL natural order." Another cosmic entity rage. "They twist PROBABILITWEATCLF into a weapon." "That's exactly what we've done," Admiral Reyes responded calmly. "Everything you see is a flaw in reality. Quantum uncertainty, probability waves, superposition. We've turned into our greatest strength." The quantum fleet moved as one, their probability fields merging into a vast ocean of possibility. When they fired their weapons, it wasn't just an attack. It was every possible attack happening simultaneously, overwhelming the cosmic entities' defenses through sheer quantum probability. Several of the entities began to fade, their energy forms disrupted by weapons they couldn't fully comprehend. Even Kronox seemed to flicker as probability torpedoes struck from angles that shouldn't have been possible. "Stop this, Maedina," Kronox commanded. "You risk the very fabric of existence with your QUA and TUM abominations." "The only madness," Admiral Reyes replied, was thinking you could force the universe to behave according to your limited understanding. Reality isn't deterministic. It's a sea of probabilities. We've simply learned to swim in those waters. The battle reached its crescendo as the quantum fleet executed their most daring maneuver yet. Every ship activated their quantum drives simultaneously, creating a cascading wave of probability that rippled through space-time itself. The cosmic entities found themselves caught in a reality where certainty itself became uncertain. Re-8, Chronox commanded as more of his forces began to destabilize. They AAV-EAPUONIZDCHAOSATCF. As the cosmic entities flowed back through their reality tiers, Admiral Rice turned to her crew. Status report. All ships intact. Commander Torres reported. The quantum fields protected us completely. They couldn't affect what they couldn't pin down. Dr. Chen, Rice called. What's your analysis? Sarah's voice came through clear and confident. They're still trying to fight us with classical physics. Admiral, they don't understand that quantum mechanics isn't just a theory. It's the deepest level of reality. Every attempt they make to impose order just gives us more uncertainty to work with. And that's why we'll win this war, Rice said softly. They're fighting against the fundamental nature of the universe. We've embraced it. As the quantum fleet regrouped, their probability fields shimmering in the void, humanity had proven something extraordinary. In a universe governed by quantum mechanics, the ability to exist in multiple states wasn't a weakness, it was the ultimate power. The cosmic entities would return, of course, but they would find humanity growing stronger with each encounter, our mastery of quantum mechanics expanding beyond anything they thought possible. The war between classical order and quantum uncertainty had begun, and humanity stood on the side of ultimate reality itself. The holographic display in Earth's Quantum Defense Command showed thousands of reality tiers forming throughout the solar system. Dr. Sarah Chen watched as cosmic entities poured through in unprecedented numbers, their energy forms twisting space itself as they emerged. They've committed their entire council, Admiral Rice observed, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. This is their final push. Sarah nodded, studying the quantum field readings. They've learned from their previous defeats. Look at their formation. They're trying to establish a cascading reality lock, working from the quantum level up. Chief Eldarian of Earth, the combined voice of the Council of Cosmic Guardians resonated through every human mind. Your QUANTUM rebellion, India's Todia. Surrender your technology, or we will reduce your entire solar system to pure CLSKL faith. Earth's quantum fleet of 50 ships moved into defensive positions, their probability fields shimmering as they prepared for battle. But Sarah noticed something in the cosmic entity's energy patterns, a fundamental misunderstanding they could exploit. Admiral, she said urgently, I have an idea. They're still thinking in terms of enforcement and control. But quantum mechanics isn't about control. It's about possibility. Reyes turned to her, eyebrow raised. What are you suggesting? We've been using our quantum technology defensively, maintaining uncertainty to protect ourselves. But what if we pushed it further? What if we increased quantum uncertainty to the point where their very concept of reality breaks down? The Admiral's eyes widened as she grasped the implications. You want to weaponize quantum uncertainty itself. Not weaponize. Sarah corrected. Maximize. Show them what reality really looks like at its most fundamental level. Your time, HA, is NDED, the Council declared as their forces began their attack. Witness true cosmic power. The entities moved in perfect synchronization, their energy forms creating a vast lattice of classical physics that began to spread through space. Where it touched, quantum uncertainty began to collapse, reality becoming fixed and deterministic. But humanity was ready. All ships, execute Protocol Omega, Admiral Rice commanded. Dr. Chen, initiate quantum cascade. The fleet's probability fields synchronized, But instead of fighting against the cosmic entity's reality lock, they amplified their own quantum uncertainty. Each ship began to exist in not just hundreds but millions of possible states simultaneously. Quantum field generators at maximum output, Sarah reported, watching as their plan unfolded. Local spacetime is approaching pure quantum state. The cosmic entity's attempt to impose classical physics met something they'd never encountered: a region of space where quantum effects dominated completely. Their reality lock couldn't take hold because reality itself refused to be locked down. "What are you doing?" The council's mental voice carried traces of fear. The quantum field is expanding beyond all natural limits. Natural limits. Sarah transmitted back. "You still don't understand. This is nature at its most fundamental level. We're not breaking any laws. We're embracing them fully for the first time." The quantum fleet's combined probability fields created a cascade effect, spreading quantum uncertainty through space at an unprecedented scale. The cosmic entities found themselves caught in a region where nothing was certain, where every possibility existed simultaneously. "Stop this, May-DNS." Individual council members began to cry out. "Reality ITS8ELF is BECO mowing, Yadensi Ortain." "Now you begin to understand," Admiral Rice responded. "This is what reality has always been, a sea of infinite possibilities. Your mistake was thinking you could force it to be something else." The Council's forces began to falter as their very nature. Beings of pure cosmic energy who enforced classical physics came into conflict with the quantum nature of space itself. They couldn't maintain their form in a region where every possible state existed simultaneously. Then something extraordinary happened. One of the cosmic entities, younger than the others, began to pulse with a different kind of energy. Instead of fighting against the quantum uncertainty, it started to flow with it, its form becoming probability waves rather than fixed energy. I understand now," it communicated. "We were do our own. This is not an abomination. It is the truth of existence." Other entities began to follow its lead, their forms shifting from fixed patterns to quantum probability clouds. The battle paused as both sides witnessed something unprecedented: cosmic entities learning to exist in quantum superposition. "Fascinating," came Azarath's familiar mental voice, now tinged with wonder rather than horror. "All this time, we theougg we were prtecting. But you shown us a pure level of existence we in are imagined." The quantum fleet maintained their position as more cosmic entities began to transform, embracing uncertainty rather than fighting it. The war wasn't ending through force, but through understanding. Sarah watched in amazement as the beings they'd thought of as gods learned to dance in the quantum realm. "They're evolving," she whispered, "just like we did." Admiral Rice smiled. "That's humanity's real gift to the universe. Not just the technology, but the willingness to see beyond traditional limitations." As the cosmic entities continued their transformation, a new era began, one where humanity and cosmic beings could explore the true nature of reality together, bound not by classical physics, but by the infinite possibilities of the quantum realm. The war was over, not through destruction, but through transcendence. 1 year after the quantum convergence, Dr. Sarah Chen stood on the observation deck of humanity's first joint quantum research station, watching as beings of pure probability waves conducted experiments alongside human scientists. The sight still filled her with wonder. "Hard to believe we once thought of them as enemies," Admiral Rice said, joining her at the window. The veteran commander had traded her military uniform for diplomatic attire, now serving as Earth's primary liaison to the transformed Council of Cosmic Beings. "We were both trapped by our own assumptions," Sarah replied, observing a young cosmic entity named Lyra teaching human researchers how to perceive quantum fields directly. They thought they were protecting reality, and we thought we had to fight them to progress. The station itself was a testament to how far both species had come. Built using a combination of human quantum technology and cosmic knowledge, it existed partially in normal spacetime and partially in a quantum realm where probability ruled supreme. The human concept of quantum is revolutionized our understanding of existence. Azarath's familiar thought voice resonated gently. The once hostile entity now served as a bridge between the two civilizations, its energy form constantly shifting between classical and quantum states. And your cosmic knowledge has helped us refine our technology beyond anything we imagined possible, Sarah responded. She gestured to the latest prototype quantum ship docked nearby, its hull seamlessly blending classical matter with quantum probability fields. The new vessel represented the future, not just of space travel, but of existence itself. It could transition between normal spacetime and pure quantum states at will, allowing it to explore aspects of reality that neither humans nor cosmic beings had previously been able to access. The first joint exploration mission launches tomorrow, Admiral Reyes reminded them. Are the quantum corridors mapped? All preparations are complete, Azarath confirmed. By combining our understanding of cosmic energy with your mastery of quantum mechanics, we can now traverse regions of spacetime that were previously inaccessible. Sarah watched as a team of human quantum engineers worked alongside cosmic entities, their probability fields intermingling as they fine-tuned the station's systems. The sight would have been impossible to comprehend just a year ago. Beings of pure energy existing in quantum superposition with human technology. We've discovered something remarkable, Sarah mused. The very thing that seemed to divide us, our different approaches to reality, became the key to understanding each other. You taught us how to manipulate cosmic energy, and we showed you how to embrace quantum uncertainty. Humanity's greatest gift was not the technology, Azarath observed, but the willingness to own assumptions. We spent eons trying to impose order on the universe, never realizing itself was the natural order. Admiral Rice smiled. And now we stand ready to explore realms that neither of us could have reached alone. The quantum corridors you've helped us map could revolutionize our understanding of everything. A young cosmic entity approached, its probability waves pulsing with excitement. The final calibrations are complete, DDAR, CAGN. The quantum drive is ready for tomorrow's mission. Sarah nodded, feeling a familiar thrill of anticipation. The joint mission would take them beyond the boundaries of normal spacetime, into regions where quantum mechanics and cosmic energy interacted in ways they were only beginning to understand. It's fitting, she said, that what started as a war has become the greatest scientific collaboration in human history. We thought we were creating weapons, but we were really building bridges. Bridges between states of existence, Azarath agreed, and between civilizations. The quantum realm has shown us that EVER waiting is connected at the most fundamental. As they stood together, humans and cosmic beings, classical matter and quantum probability, Sarah reflected on how far they'd come. The quantum ships that had once terrified the cosmic entities were now gateways to understanding the deepest mysteries of existence. Tomorrow, we take the first step into a new era, Admiral Rice declared, not as separate species trying to enforce our view of reality, but as partners exploring the true nature of existence. Tomorrow, we take the first step into a new era, Admiral Rice declared, not as separate species trying to enforce our view of reality, but as partners exploring the true nature of existence. The prototype ship shimmered in its quantum dance, a symbol of what could be achieved when different perspectives came together. Humanity had not only survived its encounter with cosmic beings, it had helped transform them, even as they had transformed us. And as the first rays of Earth's sun filtered through the station's quantum-enhanced windows, Sarah knew that this was just the beginning. The universe was vast, full of possibilities that existed in superposition until observed. Together, humanity and the cosmic beings would explore them all, one quantum leap at a time. The future wasn't just uncertain, it was infinite.